What's going on, guys? So I got a few more reviews that I want to do. One of which, if you can see it in front of you, is the Radical Firearms 10.5 inch AR pistol. Another gun that I'm going to do a review on pretty soon is going to be the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield. I'm not going to do a review right now on this gun. I got a concealed carry combat class in probably about a month. I'm going to go ahead and put about 300 more rounds through that class. Through that gun, I've already shot it a couple times, but I figured putting a few more rounds wouldn't hurt. Let me get a better idea of the gun and see how it works and kind of test it out just a little bit more. But again, this is going to be a review of the Radical Firearms 10.5 inch. I have a lot of friends and a lot of guys over the internet that have been asking me to review this because there's a lot of interest in buying this, especially in California with some of the legislation in 2015 that we're going to put out. They're interested in getting this before then. This is a California legal 10.5 inch pistol, again made by Radical Firearms. I got mine off of Primary Arms. I believe you can get it through them or Radical Firearms direct. I'm not sure what their pricing is direct, but through Primary Arms I got this one for $650 shipped. Their non-compliant ones are I think they're like $5.99 shipped. Yeah, so basically how you see it, aside from the optics and the rail covers, this is how I got it. So everything you see on there, again, aside from the optic and the rail covers, is what you get for 650 bucks. I'm starting from the back. Most of you guys know what this is if you're watching this video, but for the ones that don't, this is the SB15 SIG brace. That's not a stock, that is a arm brace. Basically, this is designed to put your hand right here. Your arm goes through the middle, straps on, and allows you to shoot it that way. But the ATF has ruled there is no improper way to shoot this brace. So if you shoot it from your arm as intended, you shoot it from your knee, your head, or your shoulder, it doesn't change the classification of the brace. So basically what a lot of people do, and actually pretty much everybody does, is they use this like a stock. Again, this is not a short barrel rifle. This is registered as a pistol, and this does not make it a stock. So basically you can shoulder this, and it's pretty much a way to get a short barrel rifle without having to do the tax stamp. And in some states like California that don't really allow SBRs without super special permission, basically it's almost impossible to get. The California compliant Radical Firearm comes with the bullet button and a 0-round mag. The mag comes with the block, so you can take that out, which I did. I actually plan on removing this, just a standard bullet button. I plan on removing this pretty soon with the rad lock, like I do with all my rifles. And that way, when I go to visit family in Nevada, Arizona, and New Mexico, I can just unscrew it. I don't have to either take that out or screw with the bullet button and enjoy my rifle freely as they were intended to be used. They do use aerial precision uppers and lowers. I'm not sure who the bulk carrier group, I think it's like Radical Firearms. They probably buy it from somebody else. As far as I know, it's a Radical Firearm barrel, which I'm sure they outsource from somebody else. Same thing with the gas block. I believe I heard reports that these are either Midwest Industries or Yankee Hill rails. They're actually not that bad. Again, the SIG SB15 brace. The optic that's on there right now is the EOTech. I think this one's the EXPS-0. Just a standard reticle for the EOTech. What's actually nice about these and this rail, it's not the highest quality rail I've ever had, but it's actually pretty sturdy. Standard rail. It's actually not that bad. It's no Daniel Defense, but it's no Chinese piece of crap either. It's actually pretty nice. The entire fit and finish of the whole gun is actually not that bad. I've put about, I think I've put about a total of, let me make sure that's on camera. Yeah, I put about a total of, I think 300 rounds of 22 through here and about just shy of 500. So not too many. Again, a lot of people are trying to rush me to get this out, to get my words on it, to see if they want to buy it themselves. And if you're looking, I would definitely recommend it. So far, it's been a great rifle. I actually have a BCM, which I've had for a long time, and comparing the two, there's actually not that many differences. The only downside was the charging handle. Lock this to the back. The only downside was that you guys can see the chrome, the shiny part. That made contact with the upper. Like the first time I released it to load around, it made contact with the corner right there, and marred it up just a little bit. Nothing more than cosmetic. It still works fine. But what I was saying about the rail, it actually comes with this end cap. Back in like 2008, a lot of companies actually used to do this with their rails, but not too many companies do this anymore. It doesn't make contact with the barrel. It's actually still free float. It's just the end cap that kind of cleans up the front a little bit and helps it look a little cleaner. As you can probably see, it looks, I don't know, meaner, I guess, from the front. But it's just a nice little touch that a lot of companies don't do, especially from a budget rail like this one has on it. It's actually a pretty nice little feature to add in. Again, it's not a Chinese piece of shit, and basically it's almost hard to tell between that and a higher end like Daniel Defense. Daniel Defense is always a little bit nicer, but for that rail, for the price, it's actually pretty damn good rail. Yeah, basically I'm happy with the gun. It's fired just fine. Another cool feature that this gun comes with, again, I haven't changed anything but the sight and the rail covers, which I think these are Daniel Defense, and I think these are Daniel Defense as well. I've had these, they're just in my closet from an older build. Flat top rail. It doesn't come with the optic. I put that on there myself. Flat top rail. The rail actually, let me just take this off. If I can, it shit's on there pretty tight. I'm going to take this shit off. If I can get it off, which it should come off. There we go. Flat top rail. As you can see, it actually lines up pretty well. Again, for a sub $700 rail. These are the ladder covers, so I don't think that's the rail. It's not perfect, but even like Daniel Defense and Noveske rails and stuff like that, like I don't know who Noveske uses, but not every rail really lines up perfectly, but this one's actually pretty damn close for how much you pay for it. So as you can see, it's not too bad. I'm actually impressed. I actually found out about these from somebody talking about them, and I actually looked into them thinking they were going to be junk, and kind of to talk some shit, and I ended up buying one just to see because I didn't see any negative reviews, so I figured if anybody could do a negative review, I could, and I'm actually really happy with it. But another cool feature that these guns come with is actually a single point sling. That's pretty cool. I didn't add that on there. Again, everything you see on here besides the optic and rail covers is how it comes. Again, just a standard bolt carrier group. I think it's Radical Firearms, but I'm sure they outsource that from somewhere. I'm not going to take it down. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with it. That's the gun. You guys can see the features. Just kind of want to show you guys around the rifle a little bit. Again, this is not a stock. This is the SB15 brace. Only put so many rounds through it. It's aerial precision, upper and lower, both. Again, I don't know who makes the rail. I've heard a rumor that it's Midwest Industries or Yankee Hill who make good products. Yeah, there's not really much more to say about it. So that's an AR pistol, and it's pretty fucking badass, and it's actually a lot of fun. I'll go ahead and put my standard 16-inch rifle next to it so you guys can get a little bit of a size comparison. Zoom out a little bit. So, I'll line those up just a little bit to, yeah, so there's a size difference. Let's move this over a little bit. This gun is actually, because it's pretty much reliable so far, I haven't seen any issues with it. This is actually going to be my home defense AR. This was my home defense AR, which was stacked behind my 12-gauge shotgun and my Glock 17. But this is going to obviously replace this. It's been reliable enough to trust it. I have about, I think total including the 22, I think I have about 700 rounds through it, so it's not a spectacular round count. but as you can see, it's much shorter to go ahead and manipulate through whatever I need to. I live in a suburban area, so making long range shots isn't very important. I'll probably be going around the hallway, or if anything, in the backyard, which even then that's stretching the limits of what's in self-defense. But yeah, that's a size comparison. That's a standard 16-inch AR-15. This one is a rifle. Again, this one's a pistol by classification. This stock is in position 2, so it goes down to 6. Right here's 2. So this one's actually pretty compact for a rifle, because this is a 6-position stock. So usually a lot of people actually shoot these longer than what they are, but it still gives a good comparison as of the length difference. But yeah, for $650, well, sub $700 rifle, the AR-15 pistol, this thing's actually hard to beat. So I would highly recommend it. You know, I don't have a substantial amount of rounds through this, but the amount of rounds I do have, I haven't seen a single issue. Again, aside from the charging handle, just getting a little bit of mar, but that's not really a big deal. I've already contacted Radical Firearms about it, and just to see, just in case something in the future happens, if it gets worse. They said that if it breaks or it gets any worse, that they'll happily replace it, no problem. I've talked to a few other guys that own this same exact gun. It seems to be a common problem, that it just makes a little bit of contact with the charging handle and the receiver, but other than that, it's no big deal. So far, I think one guy's had about 3,000 rounds through his, and he said aside from the initial marring, he said there's no issue with the charging handle. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be my review. I'd highly recommend the gun. There's also another one out there, Adams Arms. That's another sub $1,000 gun. I think they come in around 800. They actually use a piston system. Also great guns, pistols as well. But yeah, I know Radical Firearms makes the uppers by themselves and sells those. If it's the same quality, again, I'd highly recommend it. So to all the guys asking me, and anybody else that's interested in the Radical Firearm or even the 10.5-inch pistols, these are actually great guns. Check out Radical Firearms or Adams Arms. And again, I'm happy with mine. So I'll go ahead and give you guys another look real quick. So that's going to be the 10.5-inch pistol. They also have, I think, a 12-inch full-length rifles, which are like 16, 18, and a 7-inch. So if you guys are interested in that, they also have those options. And from the front, it's actually, the end cap actually is really nice. So might get the Fernand's front brake, not sure. Plan on buying a Mark 18 Daniel Defense upper for one of my 80%, and might throw it on that. It's a nicer build, a little bit more expensive. Hard to justify though, with this entire gun costing as much as the Daniel Defense Mark 18 upper. So yeah, again, that's gonna be my review, and I highly recommend it, guys. So go ahead and have a good night.